Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm just going to do a quick video showing you how to make a zipper pocket. So how to insert a zipper pocket on the exterior or the interior of any bag. This is how you're going to go ahead and do that. So I'll just go ahead and get into it. Alright, so the things that you are going to need are two squares that are, dropping my pen, two squares for the zipper pocket that are going to be 2 inches wider than what you want your finished zipper pocket width to be. So this particular one, I am making a 6-inch zipper pocket. So I cut my zipper pocket pieces to be 8 inches wide. And then however deep you want them, that kind of depends on your preference and how big your bag is. You don't want your zipper pocket hanging down farther than the bottom of your bag. So that is what I am working with here. And then I have my lining piece of the bag that I'm going to be inserting that into, that I have set off to the side. And then you need your zipper. So you can either use number 5 zipper, that's what this one is, it's a little bit wider, or you can use number 3 zipper. Either one, doesn't matter. I think there's 4.5 out there too, but whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and take one of the zipper pocket pieces and set that aside. And then the other zipper pocket piece, I'm going to go ahead and set that right side down. So this is the wrong side facing up. And then 1 inch down from the top of here. Where'd my pen go? So 1 inch down and 1 inch from either side, you're going to draw a line. So I'm just using pencil because it's going to be on the wrong side of the bag anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so I have, hard to see a little bit, but a line there, 1 inch from either side and 1 inch down. And then I'm going to go ahead and draw another line parallel to this one. And the distance between them is going to depend on the size zipper that you're using. So I'm using a number 5 zipper, so I'm going to do a 1/2 inch gap between the line that I just drew and the next line down. If you're using number 3 zipper, then you want to do 3/8 inch down. And then again, we're going to draw it 1 inch from either side. Okay, so I have 2 parallel lines that are a 1/2 inch apart, and I'm just going to go ahead and draw a line to connect them. And that is the box of what our zipper pocket is going to be. All right, so now we need our lining piece. And what you're going to go ahead and do is take your lining piece and fold it in half. And I just like to crease it like this. I'm using waterproof canvas, so it gives me a nice line there. So you can mark it with a disappearing marker if you have that, or a disappearing pen, or mark it with a pin, whatever you want to do, but mark the center. And then the same with that zipper pocket piece. Go ahead and mark the center of that one as well. Okay, and you can kind of see the line on that one. And then I like to align my zipper pocket about 2.5 inches from the top. So the top edge of my zipper pocket piece is going to be 2.5 inches from the top of the lining. So this is kind of personal preference depending on where you want your pocket to sit within the bag. So I have the centers lined up and then 2.5 inches down. And then if you're using quilt cotton or like 100% canvas, 100% cotton canvas, you can go ahead and pin this in place. I am using waterproof canvas, which can't pin, so I just have to carefully lift it and bring it over to my sewing machine. But we're going to go ahead and, if you can secure it, do so, and then we're going to take it over to our sewing machine. So I am just carefully lifting this, and I'm raising my presser foot. And without moving it, I am just going to set it right under my needle. My bobbin. Okay, and then what we're going to do is just go ahead and stitch following that box all the way around. and we'll back stitch at the beginning and the end. All right, so we have that box stitched here. So now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to fold it in half. And then just make a tiny little snip inside the box that goes through all the layers. And that's just cutting a hole in here so that I can insert my scissors. And I'm just going to go ahead and eyeball it, cutting down the center of that box until you get about maybe 3/8 or 1/4 inch from the edge of your box here. When you get to about that point, it doesn't have to be exact, you just eyeball it a little bit. You're gonna go into a diagonal and snip into the corner of your box, getting as close to you can to those stitches without cutting through them. If you cut through them, then you'll have to re-stitch it. Okay, so we have hole through there, and then we're going to go ahead and take our zipper pocket piece and push it through that opening. Now I'm using waterproof canvas, so this is a little tricky because it wants to stay in place, but we're just going to go ahead and flip it all around so that the zipper pocket piece is now facing like that, so that we have wrong side touching the wrong side of the zipper pocket. I'm gonna go ahead over to my iron and give this a press. With waterproof canvas, you can press it quickly with an iron, lots of steam, don't touch the rubber side. So I'm gonna press it from this side where the canvas side is. If your iron touches the rubber side, it will melt. So I'm gonna go ahead and give that a press with the iron and see if I can get that to stay a little bit better. All right, now you may notice a little bit of puckering in the corners. If it's not sitting quite as nicely as you'd like it to, you might need to snip a little bit further into the corner from that wrong side. So that's usually what causes some of the puckering. This little bit, it looks worse on camera than what it is in person. I'm not gonna worry about it. You won't really notice once the bag all comes together. All right, so now it's time to get our zipper, and we're gonna go ahead and stitch that onto our lining piece. So we take our zipper, and again, if you are using 100% cotton or something that you can pin, then this might be easier for you to pin. I just kind of hold it in place and then move it over to my sewing machine and, let my presser foot hold it in place like that. All right, so I am using Zipper by the Yard, and this particular piece I cut to be the same length as the pocket. So that's just how I like to do it, so that when I am stitching up the pocket, I am sewing through this so there aren't, raw edges in there. So if you're using an actual zipper, then I like to use one that is, either exactly the size that you need, or get one that is longer than your pocket, so that you don't have fray zipper ends inside your pocket. So, all right, so I'm gonna have my zipper going closed this way, which is what it's doing. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead, and like I said, you can pin this if you are using fabric that allows you to do so. I am just gonna go ahead and hold it in place and hope for the best. So slide it under my presser foot. If your machine can handle double-sided tape, this is a good time to utilize that as well. Or if you have a non-stick needle so that you can use double-sided tape, that would be very helpful in this situation. I don't have a non-stick needle, and my machine does not like the stickiness of sewing through the double-sided tape, so I'm not going to do that. All right, so I have the teeth of the zipper centered in the pocket opening here. And then down over here, the edge of my zipper comes to the edge of my zipper pocket. So I'm just kind of holding this in place between my presser foot and my hands, just holding it in place as I go. Back stitch. And then I am just going to go ahead and stitch around the entire pocket here. When I get to the corner here, just kind of reposition everything, make sure it's lined up nicely. Slow over the teeth. Okay, and then I'm coming up to my zipper pull, which I had pulled all the way to the end here to kind of keep it out of the way. So I'm going to push it through so that it comes out through this opening and push it out of the way of my presser foot. And then from underneath here, I am grabbing the two ends of the zipper. I don't know if the fabric's in the way, but I'm grabbing the two ends of the zipper. I'm just kind of pinching those closed with my fingers on top here. Continue pinching them while we pivot. All right, so we have the zipper all sewed on. And you can check on the back to make sure that you did catch the zipper, it didn't shift or anything. And you can see that I sewed through either end here, so it's nice and secured. And it opens and closes just fine. My stitches didn't, get too close to it or anything. So now we just need to go ahead and take our other lining piece, and we're going to take the right side down onto the zipper pocket and clip it all in place. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead, this can be a little tricky, but we want to fold the fabric out of the way on all sides so that we can go ahead and sew this up. I'm going to go ahead and use a 3/8 inch seam allowance and just sew all the way around. Again, back stitching. And then when I come over to the side here, again, I'm just going to take my lining and fold it out of the way to just make sure that I am not sewing through that. I only want to be catching the zipper pocket. And I can feel that I'm coming up to my zipper, so I am going to go ahead and back stitch over that just to really secure it in place. And again, getting the lining out of the way. Again, pivot and fold the lining out of the way. Just went over the zipper. So a back stitch. And there we go, a nice zipper pocket, all enclosed, and an easy way to add a zipper pocket into any bag. So there we go. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions, or if you tried this and this was your first zipper pocket. Let me know how that went, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and be sure to subscribe to stay tuned for other videos. I'll see you next time. Bye.